Okay, I'm Dollie Mclean. I'm the founding executive director of the Artists Collective. My husband was the renowned alto saxophonist, Jackie McLean. He was also an activist, but he was always very, very conscious of particularly his own people, the plight, the poverty, and what needed to be better. But my husband always believed that the arts was extremely important to everyone, but particularly because we lived in urban New York. We lived on the Lower East Side, which is now the East Village. He worked there with the Kennedy administration in, as well as, and they had any number of programs during the Kennedy administration, and he developed programs there on the Lower East Side. Well, there was a possibility to start a program in Hartford. He wanted to do it. He felt that Hartford was kind of wide open for this kind of thing. We know violence is here, it's in every city, and and that's all around the drug traffic. I think we're pretty certain that we know not all of it, but most of it. And I might add that was another issue with my husband. When he first came to Hartford, he and Tony Keller tried to find funding for drug prevention. He was told that drugs was not a problem in Hartford. But he already knew from living in New York and having some of his own experiences that drugs was galloping, not slowly, galloping throughout the United States. As much as a support that we received from individuals, there was a lot of resistance. I think the leadership then didn't understand our vision. We talked about the arts, the importance of the arts, what it would do in North Hartford being very depressed, and that it could be a catalyst for economic development. I felt that the city was very, very divided. The African Americans pretty much stayed to themselves, the Caribbean Americans, and some of that I think still exists, but I just think that it feels much more a place of mixture and people getting along. I'm very, very positive about that because we have many of our children who are African American, many who are Caribbean American. My husband's family was from the South. My parents were from the West Indies. I mean, and we're like one people. The minute we hear any talk about you're different, we begin to deal with the history of slavery, and as slaves were brought out of Africa and the way they were dispersed into America. Many of our youngsters, especially males, they're failing in school, they're not doing well, getting ready to drop out. Many of them are talented. They embrace one art form. It gives them an inspiration to explore self, what they can do, how they can develop whatever it is that they have chosen, and very often exposes them to something else, and it helps them to reach higher ground.